Glad to be here, Drew. The producers, they got so upset with all the madness that was the Drew Andre Sims joke that they kicked Andre out for the week, replaced him with me. Actually, just kidding. Andre's in the field, but sources tell me he's going to be back next week. Happy to be here for now, though, because in the national conversation about madness, ASU men's basketball is probably starting that discussion. Seriously, though, what a weekend it was for college football. With upsets across the country, ASU closed things out on Saturday night on ESPN with some exciting Pac-12 After Dark action. WCSN's finest Carly Mathias was there to capture the historic game. We're now very excited to welcome Danica into the Cronkite Sports Live studios. She's a Cronkite student, and yesterday was her birthday, but she took some time out of her very busy schedule to join us. Danica, thank you so much for coming on. The Arizona State women's water polo team recently finished up a stretch of 9 straight games against ranked opponents, a stretch where they went 6-3. Winners of 3 in a row and holders of a 14-4 record, the 6th-ranked Sun Devils begin conference play this weekend against number 1 Cal. Their conference also features number 2 Stanford, number 3 USC, number 4 UCLA, and number 21 San Jose State. Up the middle is the dynamic duo of Alika Williams and Drew Swift. The two are also natural shortstops and have been heavily compared to each other. They could easily be interchangeable at various points throughout the season, but to start at least, Swift is going to be the shortstop and Williams will be the team's everyday second baseman. Another name to keep an eye on for the middle infield is actually a guy competing for the left field job, Gage Workman. Workman graduated from high school a year early, but with Swift and Williams cementing their places defensively, Workman will battle for the left field job. Spencer Torkelson, Kayla Lane, and Miles Denson are all in that conversation. But per Tracy Smith, Trevor Hauver is starting the first game. Smith has also said, though, that it's a wide-open competition, and you have to imagine the seniority of guys like Lane and Denson will likely factor into who secures the starting spot come Pac-12 play. The roster features players from Pennsylvania to Bakersfield and all across the Phoenix Valley. The team is the top goalie in the country and a roster of players dedicated to providing an opportunity for women to play collegiate hockey on the West Coast. To introduce you to some of the players you might not know, we're bringing back the Ring of Fire, and we threw the girls of the ASU women's hockey team straight in. We now move from one ASU sport that's struggling to another. The Sun Devil volleyball program are losers of 8 in a row, dating back to their conference opener against Arizona. This past weekend, they lost to Utah, and while they lost, WCSN's coverage did not stop. Our very own Mason Kern and Alex Gall were there to break it all down. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to head over to Twitter, and I don't know if you guys saw, but the ASU women's hockey team, they've been adding a lot of new recruits lately, and they tweeted out Catherine Jones, a forward from Pittsburgh, will join the Sun Devils in the fall of 2018, which is great for them. They need more players. They have a small roster right now. But the thing is, they already have a Catherine Jones in this team. So I tweeted out, wow, I guess if you're broadcasting the game, enunciation is going to be important because their names are, from what I know, pronounced the same. I promise that I didn't come on this segment just to promote my own tweet, though, because one of the players, Jessie Frigno, also a Cronkite student, she quote tweeted it to let me know the team has unanimously decided that Catherine Jones, their current Catherine Jones, will now be called Kathy. She is not thrilled, but I'm sure it will grow on her. Now, the new Catherine Jones that's coming in from Pittsburgh, her Twitter name says Kat, so I think they may be safe, but how would you guys feel if you were, I guess, the veteran of the two Catherines and you were kind of getting shipped to your name? When you think of hockey in the desert, you don't think of much outside of the Coyotes. Hockey at ASU, now you have something. With the men's program making the transition to NCAA, there's a lot of attention on the Sun Devils at Oceanside Ice Arena. People forget, or maybe they're just not aware, that ASU has a women's hockey team as well. While they're just a club team, they're in their second full season under head coach Lindsay Ellis and leaves Sun Devil fans with a lot to look forward to this year and beyond. For now, a lot of positions seem set in stone, but if last year was any indication, that can change in a heartbeat. Injuries, poor performance, and offensive surges can shake up a lineup overnight. For now, we'll just have to wait and see. ASU baseball is back, and the 2018 season kicks off this weekend at Phoenix Muni. After winning the national championship in early 2014, the program was soon on the fast track to making the move to the NCAA. Now in their second full season at that level, they're attracting top recruits from all around the country and even the world to play at Oceanside Ice Arena. 4 years ago, there was no thought of women playing hockey collegiately on the West Coast. Now in just their second season as a program, they're receiving votes for the ACHA rankings. Not only that, they're giving women an opportunity to play hockey in the desert, something that literally did not seem like a possibility a few years ago. To catch up with everything Danica and her team have done this season and will do the rest of the way out with in-depth stories and analysis, head over to CronkiteSports.com and click on that women's hockey tab. Danica, we wish you and the team the most objective of luck going forward this season. Thank you again for coming in. I appreciate it. Now the women host Midland this Friday and Saturday. Puck drop on Fridays at 7:30 p.m. and Saturday's puck drop is at 6:30 p.m. To follow the ASU women's hockey team all season long through every win and loss, check out CronkiteSports.com. Click on that women's hockey tab. Jordan, thank you again for coming in. I appreciate it. Andre, thank you for being busy so that I could take your spot. Cronkite 316, that's the bottom line because Drew and I say so. For Drew Andre, I'm Nick Batters. Keep it locked on CronkiteSports.com for all of your ASU athletics coverage. Have a fun and safe St. Patrick's Day. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks for tuning in.
Oregon extends their lead in the top of the fourth. ASU looking to climb back, and it'll start with the number 9 hitter, Drew Swift. Welcome back into Phoenix Muni. Nick Batters with you alongside Tyler Paley. So glad you joined us this Friday evening. Beautiful night for baseball. Opening up Pac-12 play. Fantastic crowd. Home of the Sun Devils. Mercer back out for his 4th inning of work. First pitch to Swift. It's a fastball right down Mill Avenue for strike 1. Swift, the second out of the 2nd inning, flew out to center field. He'll look for his first hit of the ball game here.
And then when ASU gets back to the top of the order after Swift, in 4 plate appearances so far between Canning and Lynn, the 1 and 2 hitters have reached base 3 of those 4 times.
After Swift, we'll get the top of the order, a very lethal top of the order for Arizona State. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike 2. 5 strikeouts on the night for Matt Mercer. Most in any outing for him this year is 9. That was his last start against UC Davis. Grounded up the middle. With it, Kasser fires across. Matthews had to stretch a little bit, but that's out number 1.
So fun to watch Swift run these bases. He has so much speed, and he's just hustling every time. Even on a routine grounder like that, played perfectly, nothing wrong with it, but Swift just hustling nevertheless, calling himself safe. It's fun to watch this guy.
Another guy that's fun to watch, Gage Canning, the junior from Ramona, California. He'll step in for his 3rd at-bat in 4 innings. He'll take the first pitch, a fastball high and outside for ball 1. Like you mentioned earlier, Tyler, he's reached base twice today, walked and came around to score in the bottom of the first, pardon me. He singled and was stranded on second in the 2nd. Next pitch also taken outside a ball. Second on the team in walks with 9. But to go along with that, 14 strikeouts and 70 at-bats this year. Mercer looking to find the strike zone. A 2-0 pitch. Canning swings through it. Another good fastball. Count now 2-1.
It would be great for Mercer to get out of this inning, not only unscathed, but with a relatively low pitch count. He's over 60 heading into this inning, now over 70, and if he can keep it under 80, there's a good chance he can come out for the 5th and possibly even beyond.
Count even up at 2-2. Mercer's shortest out of the inning was the one where he struck out 9 against UC Davis. Went 5 2/3. 3 1/3 so far. Has the sign, kicks and fires. Canning Hill fly it deep down the right field line. Over the tarp seats. Well out of play. One out, 2-2 the count. Bases are empty for Canning. He'll take ball 3 to load the count full, 3-2. On the season, a .465 average, .519 on base percentage. He's slugging .732. Swing and a miss through the 90-mile-an-hour fastball for out number 2, his 15th strikeout at the plate this season.
Yeah, I think Canning would want that one back. Kind of a half swing there, as he didn't like that pitch, but was swinging all the way, especially on the 3-2 count. If he lets that one go, he's making his way down to first base right now, but nevertheless, another strikeout for Gage.
Bring Lyle Lynn to the plate. .478 hitter with 2 outs this year. nearly 100 points higher than his .380 batting average. He'll take a pitch for a ball. Took 4 pitches for balls his last time up, walked with 2 outs in the second. Was stranded there to end the inning. Mercer will step off. Lynn will step out. If Lynn is able to reach Spencer Torkelson, freshman who had an RBI double back in the first, would be the batter.
2-out hitting has been Arizona State's strong suit past couple of games. Lynn can get on and bring up Torkelson. Who knows what can happen.
Lynn will rope that one foul down the left field line and out of play into the tarped off seats. Down the left field line. ASU with 2 outs today. They're 1 for 4. Oregon, however, they are 5 for 9. Hitting .556 with 2 outs. Lynn will foul one back just to the right of us. Count 1-2. Mercer looking for his 7th strikeout of the game here. Briefly reset, but comes back, glove over the head. Lynn will pop it up. Out of play behind home plate. It'll land just in front of us. A few fans misplayed it. Count will remain 1-2.
Good job by Lynn to stay alive. These pitches clearly making their way into the zone, and it's good to see for Mercer that he's really settled down. He struggled those first 2, maybe 2.5 innings or so, and then has really settled down this last 3rd and 4th inning.
Pitching like the pitcher he did at the end of last season through the summer and into his first few starts. 1-2 pitch. Once again, Lyle Lynn pops it up behind home plate. A few feet in front of where his last one went. And again, the count holds 1-2. No activity in the Arizona State bullpen. Oregon, they have a righty once again getting loose. Mercer pitch 77 coming up. He'll step off, wants to talk to his catcher Soderman, make sure the two are on the same page. Quick mound visit. No big conversation topics. Lynn will step back into the box. The 1-2. Grounded left side with it, Nelson. Throws onto first. Another good stretch by the first baseman, Matthews. The first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game for Matt Mercer sets the Sun Devils down in order. To the 5th we go. Oregon leads 4-2. You're watching on Pac-12+.